For the one-click flare scratch, you start with the crossfader in the open position. A one-click flare scratch is where you have a one-click fader action on the forward half of the scratch and a one-click fader action on the reverse half of the scratch. For instance, a click on the crossfader is when you start with the crossfader in the open position and then you close and open the fader quickly to end in an open crossfader position again. On the forward motion of the sample, you cut it in half with one click, and on the reverse motion of the sample, you cut it in half with one click. The easiest way to start while practicing the one-click flare scratch is to keep it in time with your backbeat reference track you are scratching to. If you notice, the one-click flare scratch starts and ends at the same record position. This allows you to keep repeating the one-click flare scratch over and over in a loop. Now with the one-click flare scratch, to keep it with the tempo of your reference track, I find it easier to keep time and perform a continuous loop if I move my hand with the record to get the cadence. To get the fastest possible one-click flare scratch that I can do, instead of moving my hand with the record to keep it in tempo with the reference track, you can do the scratch much faster, like within a half a beat, and I'll show you how to do that. Instead of tracking the record going forward and reverse with my hand, I push down on the record with my hand to get a tiny baby scratch, which is playing the sample just long enough to get 2 clicks in the time it takes to do the tiny baby scratch. So 1 click on the forward and 1 click on the reverse. You can keep doing it over and over, and you really only need to press down. You cut the sample going forward with the fader click, and you cut the sample in reverse with the fader click. I find it easy to start doing the flare scratch faster and faster by pressing down on the record with my hand to perform a tiny baby scratch. What ends up happening as I press down and raise my hand, it is the friction between my fingers and the record that helps pull back the record to the start of the sample again. I'm not trying to pull back the record, I'm just lifting my hand and letting friction do the work. That's how I do a one-click flare scratch. I start with the crossfader in the open position, I do a one-click fader action going forward with the sample, and I do a one-click fader action going reverse with the sample. Please help me with the algorithm, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. This will help me grow my channel so I can brighten the world a little with my music. Cheers.